In this video, I want to talk about a vision I had. So in this vision, I was seeing myself again as a bird, as a great eagle, and I was about to fly up into heaven. I was going to go to heaven. My destination was heaven. So as I began to soar up to heaven, I passed where the clouds in the sky is, and I passed that harsh spell that was covering the earth. There was this black cloud over the entire earth, and it was a spell. The cloud was specifically a spell. So I, as the bird, which represents the church, the great eagle, ascended past the spells. I was above it. Now, right above it, even though there is not a cloud, there's still a demonic atmosphere, a demonic presence that's right above this cloud. So while I was above the cloud in this demonic atmosphere, I was being watched, and I was being attacked by psychic attack. So as I'm trying to fly through this atmosphere, like the demons were their presence was still able to reach me. Their voice was still able to reach me in this atmosphere, but they physically could not lay hands on me. They physically could not pull me, but they were still having mind to mind. So to my mind, they were attacking me as the bird. I was flying to my mind, and they were saying, "Oh, why are you going to go to heaven? You don't need to go to heaven." And their voice was trying to be a seducing voice, but because of the spiritual atmosphere that I was in, that I embodied, they were not seducing to me. They were more like more of annoyance. Then they also tried to send a torment, but it was more like a hindrance. They were trying to hijack my spirit so that I didn't continue to soar. So some of the things that they were saying to me as I was trying to fly, because my destination was heaven: "Oh, you don't want to go to heaven? What's up there? Please stay down here on the earth with us. Stay down here on the earth with us." And they keep chanting it, trying to mentally force me back down. And so I, as the great eagle, which represents the church, and I want to say the size of this bird was not big, which kind of tell me the remnant is small, because the bird, which I knew represented the church, and I knew in this vision I represented the bride of Christ, that the bride of Christ, the current church, is soaring into the heavens. The church is going to ascend, and it's going to meet God, and it's going to meet Jesus. It's going to ascend into heaven, and God will empower the church, this remnant bride, to finish the work, to go back to the earth and finish it. So there I was trying to fly to heaven. Like, I just, in my mind, I'm going to heaven. And I didn't see, like, anything could not stop me. The warfare now became psychological. It was like a psychic attack against me, to bring me down, to depress me, to weigh me down, so I didn't continue to ascend and go up into the heavens. And so they were talking, "Oh, what's the reason to go to heaven?" Now, while they're talking, I'm seeing their limitation. They cannot come into the atmosphere which I am now in. They can only use psychic attack. They can shoot their spiritual powers that far, but they themselves physically were stuck and could not enter into the realm that I was now in. They were only able to do it mentally, psychologically, send warfare against me. It's like somebody who can't reach you where you're at, but they could shoot an arrow. It's like somebody who can't reach you where you're at, because say you're safe in your house, they can't break in, but then they would send like a bullet through your window or something like that. That's what they were doing. They were shooting their arrows. Their demonic mind was able to reach to try to held me captive and pull me back down to where they were, because they could not leave the earth's atmosphere. When I say the earth atmosphere, I mean we are on the earth, the ground that we walk on, and then you go up, and then there's a cloud, and then a little bit above that there was a certain atmosphere that they could not pass. Like when I began to soar, they could not go physically. They could not fly up there and reach me, but they could still send their arrows at me. So it became a psychic warfare, a warfare against my mind to break me. And so the vision ended when I was not going to turn back. I was going to go to heaven. And they were not wanting me to go to heaven. Their goal was to keep me on the earth where they were. And when I looked down, the earth was just suffocating. And I was like, why would I want to stay here? This earth is going to die. I am going to go to heaven, because I was going to go to heaven it seemed like I was going in this vision. I was going to go to heaven because I needed to have a talk with the Father. I needed to have a talk with Elohim. So I was flying to heaven to go have a talk to meet him and Jesus. And then I came out of the vision. When I came out of the vision, later that night, when I went to bed, I was praying before I went to bed. Then I went to bed and I had this dream. And in this dream, I went to go visit this place in somebody's home, and say like I'm a nurse and I go there to do like an exam. In this dream, I went there to assess a situation, and while I'm there, this person is very, very wealthy. They have like the properties at the corner. It's shaded. They have a jacuzzi tub. It's almost like going into a hotel, and the hotel has all these amenities. That's what this house was like. So when I was there, the spirit was trying to seduce me to want the things that this owner had, like the wealth, the money, like the things of this earth. But even though I recognize that, having a swimming pool and a hot tub right there and being able to relax and having this excessive mansion, that's lovely, I was not triggered now to start craving these earthly things. So they were like making offering to me of food. They were making offering to me of like seduce me to want wealth, seduce me to want earthly things. And which came back when I woke up, I realized that this was just God extending the vision and showing me in the dream what the devil is doing to his bride, or trying to do to his bride. The devil is trying to circum the bride to earthly things. So if you're so caught up in your wealth, if you're still caught up in the last fashion, everything that this world basically has to offer, and your eyes are not on God, then he can keep you. He wants to keep you on this earth. He doesn't want you to go to heaven. I saw it so clearly. Like the end result, he wants you not just to be on this earth, but to descend into hell with him. And to make you descend into hell with him, you're going to become lovers of yourself and lovers of the things of this world, and you're not going to want to leave this world. So I did not care about anything of this world, meaning like I cared in the sense that the world must be held up and contained until God is finished with it. But outside of that, outside of the purpose of God's work, I was not invested. My only invested is as much as Elohim, Yeshua, Yahweh is invested in this earth. As much as he's invested in this earth for his will to come through, me as his bride, that's how much I'm invested. Because this earth will pass away. This earth is dying. But people will try to hold on to this earth. You know, it's one thing to hear, but it's another thing to see in the spiritual realm how this is being manifested, how this is being planned out. I saw that the enemy could not go past certain atmosphere under this firmament. That the devil could not. But we as a church could ascend. And as we go up into the heavens, even though God's throne or the heaven is above the firmament, when you go up higher, God's spirit is permeating through the firmament, so you can feel his presence coming down. And the demonic kingdom cannot go near the true presence of God. It's too holy for them. They want to remain where the sin is. They need to. They cannot be near Elohim. They're too dark. They would feel the fire of hell. It's almost like then they already judge if they try to go near Elohim now. And because they cannot, therefore they try to keep you down here with them. But we as the remnant bride must ascend. I have seen the great eagle ascend and the firmament open. And when it ascended and it went past the sun, it went through it. It became fire. And God the Father and Jesus Christ, Yeshua, gave the bird the command to go back now and hit the earth, as it had transfigured with this great power and authority to go back and hit the earth. So God is waiting for his bride to ascend. God has a meeting date. I never even really see it like that before, that God has set an appointment with his bride, which is remnant, that he has a meeting date that we must meet him. The heavens will be open for the bride to meet with God, and he will tell them what to do. That's the level of authority he wants to embody his bride to finish out the work on the earth. But we must listen, and we must not so focus on the material things of this world. The delight of this world it leads to sin and death. Meaning, like, what you think, if you can delight in what's here on this earth, I want you to think how much more you'll delight in what's in heaven. Because earth has been cursed, is under a curse. And if you think it's beautiful, can you imagine heaven that's without a curse, or the new earth that will not have a curse? How magnificent that will be. So whatever you are thinking that you're inheriting right now on this earth, the enemy is really plummeting your spirit and your soul, because it's not your true inheritance. So you're trying to inherit the earth, meaning not like you're trying to have power in the flesh on the earth. You're not even trying to reign on the earth as with sonship with God. When you reign on this earth with sonship with God, the earth hears you. You come in alignment with the earth. Creation comes in alignment with you. You can talk to it, and it will speak back to you like you talk to the Holy Spirit, because you have sonship with God and you're in alignment. When you are out of alignment, that means with the earth, meaning you're in sonship with God. And if you're in sonship with God, you will see the earth, you'll see creation as how he created and intended for creation to be. When you're trying to earn things, you're doing it with demonic access, satanic access, meaning lust of the flesh. You're not really inheriting the true things that God wants you to inherit. You're inheriting things that will fade away, things that is about to die, that volcanic is going to come up out of the earth and suck up. But you're not seeing that's what's going to happen in the future. You're just looking on the few years that you have to enjoy it. So I pray that, I know the bride's eyes are open, and the bride is seeing. But for those who are still sleeping, this is the message for those who are still sleeping. Awake, Yeshua bride, awake, and ascend into the heavens. Have your appointment with Yeshua, so you can know how he wants you to affect the earth to bring in the final harvest. So may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Amen.